Beautiful energies to you. This is part one of a 5-part series about how we are multi-dimensional beings. Yes, Western culture saturates us that we are only 3D beings. It is like a pet that's kept in a pet cage so we cannot become what we came here to be and do in ever amazing ways. Think about it. God is multidimensional, or we cannot be in a relationship with God here in this 3D world. It's just kind of like higher common sense. God's loves and ways are here, expanding this love and tranquility. Yeshua is multidimensional, so we grow and transform into His teachings, His ways. We are accessing multiple dimensions. Rev has experienced glitches in what many call the matrix, some understand as the veil. This has happened to me in so many various ways. This particular experience has happened to another friend of mine besides me. I was driving to work years ago and a car came into my lane for a sure head-on collision. Upon point of contact, both cars and drivers dematerialized as we passed through one another. And as I looked into my rearview mirror, interesting, a mirror is a point of reflection and possibly a portal, the cars and drivers materialized. It happened in a 3D world, but it was much higher energies that were flowing. Some would call this a glitch in the matrix, a glitch in the veil. To me, it is a hint of who we truly are. We are trained to move and flow in the lower vibrations. I have seen people in person or in videos where they glitch out in many ways. Their eyes change, their heads change, and I've seen arms change. I've seen glitches like everything stopped, like a lady that was walking on the sidewalk, then everything halts. She's gone, and then she's back, and the 3D life restarts. This has happened to me. So many times I've seen the so-called veil rip, and I can see through it and what is on the other side, even accessing these higher ways. This is happening more and more to me here in 2025. I did a video about July 7th, 2025, events that happened to me with my wife. We were celebrating my 4th anniversary of my stroke, which was in itself different dimensions at times. We were eating in a restaurant, and I started feeling the veil become thinner and thinner for me to cross over. I eventually shared this with the wife. She was going to drive me home immediately. I almost collapsed twice on the way to the van. She opened the passenger door, but I did not know how to get in. She shoved me in, and off we drove to the hospital 1.25 miles away. The veil became so thin in the van, I knew I was crossing over. In the emergency room, the veil became so thin that I entered the rip in the veil, and I was visiting with hundreds of people who asked for me to love on them and pray for them. And in another tear to my left was the energy of my grandmother smiling and loving on me. She died in my arms in 1998. All of these 3 rips in the fabric were saturated in God's love. No darkness, no fear whatsoever. I was not in a 3D world. By the way, of all the hospital testing, they were amazing people. They did on me in 24 hours. They had no clue what was going on with me. November 29th, 2018, I had a near-death experience where I died in the back of a life squad and went to a much higher dimension and visited with the Creator. These lights were amazing energies of pure love. Up to this point, I had taught on divine love for 35 years, and there in these higher dimensional energy lights was pure love right there with me, embracing me, no strings attached, divine love. Of this pure divine love, there's nothing compared to what I've learned from the 3D institutions. Actually, this was the total opposite direction with the depth of divine love I was experiencing. After 35 years of teaching on pure love and then being in the presence of pure love on the other side, I was just scratching the surface of God's love here in the 3D. In the higher dimensions, there's a whole different view of God, of life, of being, of doing, of living. There is so much more which I've been teaching on for years. Again, the 3D medical world had no idea what was going on with Rev. Being involved in churches with 55 different denominations, there's only a couple where I experienced beyond the 3D veil. One church dear to my heart is where many, many times I experienced the much more beyond the 3D barriers. Please be looking for part 2 of We Are Multi-Dimensional Beings. Thank you for stopping by. In beautiful and meaningful ways be yours. Precious souls of the more. Till next time, you are a precious gift. Thank you.